Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, what I'm going to be doing when I get time, especially because my coaching sessions were an hour. So, what I'll be doing on some of these videos is they'll be an hour and it'll be pretty much broken down into 15-minute segments. So, you got to get your notebook. And for the most part, I'm just going off the top of the dome and I'm flowing. So yeah, I go here and then come back there. So get your notebook and take you some notes. And while you, or if you cooking or cleaning or driving or working, let it be in the background. But we're gonna be doing some deep dives for the rest of this month. We're gonna be doing deep dives and most likely be an hour-long video once a day that'll go out at noon. Ironically, the animated series, it costs a lot of money. That stuff to generate that AI and all that, them tokens cost a lot of money. So once I'm out of that one right there, the $100 I just read up with last night, once that 100 gone, we done with that series now. And I can't touch on all the topics because we still doing the real live acting with the real actors. So you'll see some of that same stuff later with the real actors when we get the budget. So be patient with me. And I know y'all be like, oh, well, Tony, I like that little series. I be learning a little something. Well, guess what? It's only 500 of y'all watching it. So I don't give my time to stuff that ain't got no reward. So understand that right there. And I want to talk to you about this because, this is a topic that is, it's kind of aloof. You can't always pinpoint, put your finger on it. And we hear a lot about now, ironically, protect your peace was made viral by me. Ye know that. Ye know that. Probably 12, probably 12 years ago. I just phrased it like that and posted it, and it went viral. It went viral. I think I had a lot of clients in LA and stuff like that, and they posting it. They in the industry, and it got seen by a lot of celebrities, and it just protect your peace, and it started to go viral. A lot of people don't know that, and I don't like to boast or brag, but the truth is the truth. So if that offend you, then oh well, scratch your booty, get glad. But this, protect your peace thing, it went out there, and everybody talking about they protecting AP, they protecting APs. The other side of this that is what some of us will call, or the term that somebody came up with, I don't know who it's, a therapist or whoever, is stonewalling. So on one side, you got the protect your peace movement, and then on the other side, you got stonewalling. So it's like, which one is it? And that's where it comes down to the man that you dealing with. So whoever you dealing with, you got to be able to think about it and look and see, okay, how is he built? If he's the type of man who he's quiet, he's introverted, he's non-confrontational, then he's protecting his peace. If he's the type that he all of those, he'll get with it, he extroverted, he confrontational, and then you going at him about something, you talking to him about something like, hey, why is this right here? Why is this right here? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it. Leave me alone. You being toxic. You keep bringing up stuff. You want to bring stuff up. All you want to do is argue. All you want to do is argue. All you want to do is point the finger. All that. But he actually guilty. That is a man who is avoiding accountability. He's not protecting his peace. He is avoiding accountability. Y'all forgive me. Let me pull up my message on here because my wife just texted me, so it's easier for me to just text from the the computer. Let me see. That's good. One of my son's friends broke his foot, so now he got to sit out. And so that's where the caveats and the nuances come in with this. And y'all forgive me, I don't have an undivided hour. So when I'm on here, I have clients writing me, VIP clients. I have who have text message access. I have my wife writing me. Sometimes my oldest son is writing me. So I don't ever have an undivided hour. My phone is always blowing up. So you guys got to work with me on this right here and use that as a moment to just recalibrate and think about what I said and play it back through your head when I take a little pause, take a little break. And the brain needs that ironically anyways, because every sentence I say, it sends your mind somewhere. So sometimes your mind is over somewhere and you picturing a past experience and you missed the next two sentences that I said and you didn't realize you missed it because you thought you were listening, but your brain was actually picturing your ex or your last relationship or when that situation happened to you. So each video, if you are wise, you really want to listen to it all the way through 3 times. So before the next one, and you got your notebook and you taking notes, before the next one come up tomorrow, you could let this one play while you cooking. You listen to it at work while you working, so you barely hearing it. Play it while you cooking. You can even play it while you sleeping for the subconscious. But listen to it where you get it in your spirit and you really understand it and listen to understand, not to disagree, not to argue, not to disagree. I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong. I ain't gonna lead you wrong, but you got to be seeking to understand in order to be understood. If you seeking to debate and to argue, then you're gonna be looking for an angle and you're gonna miss the whole message. So understand this right here. Hold on, white right. So that's something to think about when you dealing with this situation. And at the same time, now this goes both ways because sometimes it's women who are the I'm protecting my peace, but really they shutting down. And it happens a lot when people aren't confrontational. So there are women who their man could be trying to talk to them about something that they're doing or not doing, and they are in a space to where they're like they're not hearing the man, or they don't want to talk about it because he's putting the mirror in their face. So when I'm talking about this, listen to it from whatever gender you are and whether you guilty or whether your partner is guilty, then paint that picture versus just thinking this about one directional advice. And so that is a issue in a lot of relationships where people shut down and they call it protecting their peace. And so that's what you got to realize. And you have to be mindful that you're not afraid of confrontation, that you're not afraid of tough conversations, and that you're not running from the smoke. A lot of people run from the smoke. If you running from the smoke, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. You're not going to be able to get the growth and the advancement in your relationship that you need. So you have to be able to stand in the kitchen, feel the heat, stand in the rain, feel it, and you can't run from it. Now, here is the thing. When somebody is protecting their peace, it means that they are being antagonized. They being picked on. They're being talked down to, disrespected, and they don't want to fly off the handle. They don't want to snap. So that's what you got to worry about, is that if you see somebody protecting their peace and you keep going, and then you look and you see where you operating from is insecurity. You operating from fear, from jealousy, from whatever it may be, and they pulling back. They pulling back because they don't want to argue. They don't want to fuss and fight. Like, you having an episode, you having an emotional episode, and you causing problems. And they don't want to go there because they're going to end up retaliating, and it's going to get ugly. And they don't want that. So they're trying to protect their peace by not arguing. And this is where when you look at this, you got to find out which side of this you own. Which one are you? Sometimes we can be both, meaning you can be the person protecting your peace, and you can also be the person that's antagonizing. You could be the person that needs to accept accountability, and instead of accepting accountability, you shut down. So that happens both ways. So you got to realize that and understand that. Really think about that. Think that through. So what I want you to look at, and this the key, is you can't get caught up pointing the finger. Don't get caught up just looking to see somebody else always the problem. Also, let's say a man is not accepting accountability. He's shutting down. He's stonewalling. He's running from the smoke, running from the conversation, the tough conversation. You cannot allow that to go on in a relationship. So in a relationship, you have such a thing as healthy boundaries. So with healthy boundaries, you have things like what I would call a conversation shutdown time, or like a conversation overload. So you got the conversation overload where you talking 3 hours, and that happens. Then you got the conversation shutdown where you ain't even got to no kind of resolution, and somebody already shut down. So when it comes to the healthy boundaries, that's where you got to have your personal time carved out, the time that is just for you, and make that known in the relationship and put that out there, because some of us need personal time alone. Some of us need to do our own thing, and you have to make that known. So I hate being away from my family, but I also love being alone. So it's hard. Like right now, I'm writing a book. I just been writing it at night in the bed while my wife sleep. But originally, I'm thinking, man, I want to go somewhere for 3 nights with no phone and just be unreachable and just clear my head and just think and just talk to the Lord and just see what He wants. Lord, what do you want from me? And where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to do? What's next? And I probably end up doing it at some point. I actually was about to go live in this other country where it's like for people doing startups or whatever for 30 days. Single room is 3,000, and then room with somebody else is 1,500. And so I was gonna pay the 3,000, but it's like 30 days. And I talked to Tatum, our youngest son, 12-year-old. I told him, and he was like, nope. Mm-mm. He said, you don't want me gone 30 days. Whatever made me feel special. I was like, hey, let me stay my behind on home. But that's a real thing. Like, whenever I go away from home, man, I be feeling good. I be feeling rejuvenated. I be feeling good, man. You just got your own space and just you could think. Like, and that's a thing. But if you do that too much, now your partner or spouse feels like you don't want to be around them. You don't love them. You don't like talking to them. Like my wife, she's only quiet when she's mad with me. If I have not said something to get on her nerves, she talk nonstop. Pretty much, she talk nonstop. Now, unless she reading a book or something like that. And a lot of times my head be going. I be thinking. I be ready for her to be quiet. But what I started doing is I just put my phone down, stop reading the text or the email, and just look her in her face while she talking. So she get complete full attention and she gets her feel. So she feel like, ooh. So now 10 minutes felt like 30 minutes because I was making eye contact. Whereas used to be 10 minutes and feel like she didn't get a minute, or 10 minutes turn into 30 minutes because she talking, but I'm not looking at her. And so it's just like she's just talking. And so I had to realize that. And that's what I want you to understand. Everybody needs healthy boundaries, but you can't confuse healthy boundaries with stonewalling or running from accountability. Y'all forgive me, my wife still right, man. Let me see. Where's coming from? So you see what I mean? Like, she know I'm working. And there was a lady on here who said that before, who got blocked. She's like, Tony, it's no excuse. Your wife knows you're at work. So you need to be focused while you're doing work. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me pause real quick. I'll be right back. Idea just hit me. Need to write one of my clients. Sorry about that. When that inspiration hit, I had to go and text one of my clients who playing in World Cup about that. And so this what you got to realize. And that's where you separate this right here when you have the healthy boundaries, and then which is that's your alone time, that's your free time, that's you doing what you need to do. Y'all give me 1 second. Now I got a call. Y'all forgive me. That was one of my insurance agents. For those y'all didn't know, I run a insurance agency and have probably over 200 agents, but not everybody's licensed. And so if you are a licensed insurance agent, reach out to me. Come on over, join the team, and get in a good situation. And so come on over, reach on out to me. Okay, my wife still texts me. So back to what we was talking about now. So you have to be able to tell the difference between a healthy boundary and somebody trying to just shut down and not face accountability, because both exist. And that's important. And personalities matter. For me, my personality is I can go in the trenches and I can have a 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour conversation. Just like y'all see me could come on here and talk to the camera for an hour by myself with no feedback. I ain't got no comments from y'all right now. It's not live, no comments, no feedback, just talking. Just like that. I ain't reading off no note cards. I ain't got no flashcards. I ain't got no videos popping up and taking away time or nothing like that. Don't think, and I'm teaching while being distracted with calls coming in, text message coming in. I always got to respond to my wife. So you just got to get mad about that. But I always got to respond to her because you just never know, you know, what's going on, when somebody last day gonna be, and you want to take care of every moment. Make sure she feels seen. So she comes before work. It's different if I'm up on the stage doing something. But if I could see her and talk to her. So for those of y'all who new here, understand that right there. And so the next thing what you have to think about when you are thinking about, okay, is this person protecting their peace or are they avoiding accountability? You will be able to tell by their emotional immaturity. So they're either going to have emotional immaturity or they're going to have emotional security. And that's not a fine line. And it's not hard to tell. So somebody who get riled up, raise their voice, turn red in the face, if they could turn red, get flustered, emotional immaturity. Somebody who can talk cool, calm, collected, could be in a heated topic or discussion, not get violent, not get physical, not get none of that right there. That's emotional security. No, emotional maturity or emotional intelligence, which is also the word that we talk about. So you got emotional immaturity, emotional security, and then emotional intelligence, which go hand in hand with emotional security, because someone who is emotionally intelligent will provide emotional security. Someone who is emotionally unintelligent will have emotional insecurity. And you'll see it in just how they talk, how they react, if they shut down, or not insecurity, emotional immaturity. And once you get to that place to where you could read it, you'll pick it up in the first month. At the most, it's going to be between month 4 and 6. You'll be able to tell if someone is emotionally immature or if someone is emotionally mature. And you notice all these words interchangeable: emotional intelligence, emotional security. It just you define it for your relationship, because sometimes you'll hear me say emotional regulation. So it's all tomato and semantics. It's semantics. So the key is, how do you identify the behavior and what behaviors are being exhibited so that you can decipher between what is what. And so if somebody elevates your nervous system, if somebody elevates your nervous system, or they go to yelling or whatever, that's not confused. Now, at the same time, you got to think about the other end of the spectrum. You got a yeller, and then you got somebody who just shut down completely cold and don't say nothing. Now you got an issue. Because neither one is good. You need somebody who can stand in the paint. And y'all have to Google that terminology. It's not standing in paint that you paint a wall with, but in the game of basketball, up under the basket, that's called the paint. So for those y'all who don't know that terminology, that's called the paint. And that's where all the action go down. So when LeBron going to the rim to dunk, he going through the paint. Who want to stand there when 260-pound LeBron James running right at you and about to jump up and put his balls in your face and dunk on your head, and the ball come through the net and hit you in the top of the head after he just put crotch in your face? That's a scary place to be. So when you hear somebody say stand in the paint, they saying stand where it get hot at, it get tough at, it get rough at, where you really got the real battles. That's what Shaquille O'Neal played, in the paint. That's where the biggest and the strongest play. So in a relationship, that biggest and strongest will be those tough conversations, those really hard moments, those times where you got to lay down the law, the times where you got to express your boundaries, what you need, where you need it at. And the thing about it is, the mistake that a lot of us make is we get a person to a breaking point to where they like, good riddance. They like, man, I don't care if you gone. I don't care if you go off for 3 days, 10 days, 30 days. Like, go ahead, man. Live your life. Do what you want to do. Like, a lot of times people, you push somebody to that point, that's not good either. And so you have to be able to regulate. And this what I want to share with you, that I share with my clients. Whenever you get ready to say or do something, you have to ask yourself, where am I operating from? If the answer is not love or self-love, it's the wrong place. It's the wrong place. Everything will be encompassed. Everything good will be encompassed in love, because you can say, oh, I'm acting out of kindness. I'm acting out of generosity. I'm acting out of compassion. That's all love. Everything could be encompassed in love or self-love. Self-love can also be interchangeable with self-preservation. So that self-preservation, protection, boundaries, all falls under self-love. So if I want to ask my wife, and I'll use myself for an example, but don't y'all be using me for example. Sometimes I'll be using myself for example. Y'all want to pile on. That's not the point of this. It's just so I ain't got to use nobody else for an example. So if I want to ask my wife, hey, if I go over here to this retreat thing, you sure you wouldn't reach out to your ex-boyfriend while I'm gone, or cheat on me while I'm gone? Where's that question coming from? Is that question coming from love? No. Is it coming from self-love? No. Where's it coming from? Fear or insecurity? That's it. Fear or insecurity. That's it. That's what you got to think about. So once you get to that place, now you understand that. And the next thing that you really want to see, and this is where you got to shift into for you and your partner, you got to shift from shutting down, avoiding accountability, stonewalling. You got to shift from those things to accountability. Accountability is it's two forms of accountability. One form is an apology. Apologizing for what you did and said wrong. That's one form of accountability. The other form of accountability is active change. So it's not enough to just say, I'm sorry. You got to change. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes people don't realize this, but sometimes with change action, a person won't even need an apology. Like, if you know what you did or said is wrong and you change course and you change those actions immediately, they might heal and grow. And your actions was the apology. And I know that because I have lived that. I've lived it. I've lived it where I apologized, but then did the same thing again. And I've lived where I didn't apologize, but I made a change. And I saw that actions, like the quote says, actions what? Speak louder than words. So it's like the apology, yeah, we want it for our ego. But what we really want is changed behavior. See, our ego want them to open their mouth and say, I'm sorry. But that don't mean nothing. What matters is the change. Now, if you gonna change, oh, you talking my language. You talking talk. You talking loud now. You walking heavy now. You changed. That's what we want and need. What? Y'all forget my wife telling about the hurricane. So that oh no, that I ain't gonna say that because it'll be wow. So sorry about that, Louisiana. Tropical storm Bertha just landed in Louisiana like an hour ago. Oh man. And nothing goes right in Louisiana when a storm hit, man. I don't know what it is about Louisiana. For those y'all in Louisiana, my heart go out to you because it always be like some hit Louisiana, it be a flood. And it just be like, man, that's heartbreaking, man. Cause a lot of times, people don't have insurance. Everybody can't up and move to Houston all the time. So hey, we praying for you. You know, if you in the what's it called in the what do you call it? Blessed tribe, praying for you and everything. And even the subscribers too. That's not in the blessed tribe. Y'all are loved as well. Praying for you. Y'all give me 1 second. This my insurance agency popping up. So that's where you got to realize, and a lot of this stuff, it all plays hand in hand. And where you want to go from, you want to get from the stonewalling and the emotional immaturity, and you want to get from there, male or female, you want to get from there to boom. and shift to healthy boundaries. So that's where you get over in this space, and you got the healthy boundaries, you got conflict resolution, and you have your the ability to talk, the emotional intelligence. And these things are it's a growing process, depending on your personality, depending on what you come from. It's a growing process. It's not easy, but it's something that it has to be a non-negotiable in your relationship. So for me, I'm talking about this stuff every day. But you got to remember, I'm also in a relationship. I'm married 19 years, 19 plus years. So I have to be mindful every day. Like, and I love, like, when y'all see my wife texting me while I'm shooting a video, that's because she's at rest. She's at peace. If you a woman, you know you're not texting your man all day if he is annoying and he getting on your nerves and he not treating you right. You really are quiet. You kind of shut down. You like to yourself. You really trying to keep your distance, keep your space. You don't want to say nothing because you don't know what's going to trigger him. And you really trying to stay away. You feeling like fight or flight, and you really just trying to keep the peace. So you don't want to say too much because you know he gonna turn it into something. He gonna turn it into an argument, turn it into a fight. And so he at work, you just gonna leave him be. But imagine this, what I'm trying to help you understand. Everybody don't know what they talking about. People speak from where they are. But imagine my wife know I work all day. I'm at my corporate office. I'm not at home. This not a home office. This is a corporate office. So for her to be texting me that she's sitting in the car in the rain in front of our house because it's raining, for her to be texting me, then that lets you know right there. Oh, let me tell her she could have put in the garage. That lets you know right there that she's at peace because she don't see me like no pit bull. She don't see me like no guard dog. Because if she did, she wouldn't be texting me while I'm working because that's snappability. That's snap material right there. That's, hey, woman, don't you know I'm working? Like, why you keep texting me like you texting me by Team Canada national soccer team? I'm working. And so she texted me just shooting the breeze while I'm working. That lets me know that the work that I have done works to where she is at peace. She at ease. She knows she come first. She know what she mean to me. She also know that her husband has created flexibility, that her husband loses subscribers on purpose to curate an audience that respects me and that sees me as a person with a life, with a heart, with a family, and not as a content creator that is a slave to an audience. I am a person and my family comes first. Get with it or get left behind. Point blank, period. I could not care less. So that's why on my videos, I don't do the thumbnails and I don't say, please hit like and subscribe, because I don't care if you hit like or subscribe because I have an audience of one. So the message got to go forward regardless of who like it. And anybody who comment and tell me how to do my job, they get blocked because I only listen to my boss. I don't work for an audience. I work for God. And so that mentality has to go into your relationship. So even with that mentality, if I'm working for God, how does God want me to treat my wife? And I have to live that and exemplify that. So that's what I want you to realize and understand, and get to that place to where you start to really see and understand what is it going to take to have a healthy relationship. And you have to be able to look at your history, look at your biography, see what you're made up of, what you come from, what you made up of. See that right there. And then be able to build. Then be able to heal, to grow. And so look back and see what shaped me. Who did I watch love? Who did I watch in a relationship? How did they behave? How did they talk? How did they act? Who were they? How were they? How did that shape me? How does that show up in my life? Am I like my mom? Am I like my dad? Am I like my guardian, my foster parent, my grandma, my aunt, my uncle? And is that positive or is that negative? Is that healthy or unhealthy? You have to do an internal audit to make sure that you are functioning and operating at the highest level. That's what you got to be able to do. And if you could get to that place, it's going to change everything for you. One second. So once you do that, and here's the thing, homeostasis. So if you single, you want to get to a place of homeostasis in your life. Like, I challenge you to find peace, to create peace. Nothing is found, everything created. Create peace within yourself, within your family, within your workplace, regardless of who or what it is. You got to create peace. And you have to be stoic. We talked about this. Somebody was like, Tony, is being stoic not a good thing? No, stoic is a good thing. It's always good and bad of everything, but meaning when I say stoic, I mean emotionally intelligent. So right now I have, family members asking me to buy them a car. On one side, I want to snap. Like, I want to go off. Like, what in the world? Like, what are you talking about? But then on the other side, I can answer the question, cool, calm, and collected. And be like, ooh, that sure is nice. I sure wish I had it. Sure wish I had that. If I had it, hey, you have it. If I had it, I ain't got it. You see what I'm saying? So that's where the difference comes in at. That's where the difference come in. So it's nothing. So if I get out of character, now I've disrupted my peace. But if I see where I'm being triggered, but I choose to stay in character, then I've maintained my peace. You need to be able to do that with yourself. Then you need to be able to do that with the people around you. Because if you think about it, a lot of times you in turmoil in your life in one area or another. You in turmoil at the workplace, or you in turmoil at the church, or you in turmoil with your family, or you in turmoil with yourself. So you got to create peace. And then This is how you develop. This is how you grow. So now when you get into a relationship, you still able to adjust the levels. So let me give you an example. If I'm completely peaceful and I'm doing everything right, the devil jumps on my wife back. So when he jump on her back, it might be something to where like, I'm gonna make something up. She come home and she got grocery. And I'm standing in the kitchen doing something, making some food or making a drink, and she done made a trip in and dropped off some groceries, then went back out, came back in, dropped off another trip. And I'm not even registering what she doing. Like, I'm not even there. I'm not even paying attention to it. I'm listening to something on YouTube. I'm thinking. I ain't even registered that she bringing in grocery. After she do that second trip, oh, she ticked. Oh, she ticked. And this happened about 11 years ago. I remember it to this day. But we was at the car, and my son didn't want to get out or couldn't get out. So I sat in the car and I'm on the phone working. She went in and got the grocery. When she came out with the grocery, I ain't even realized she came out with the grocery. She had to park the trunk and was putting the stuff in there. And me and my son was sitting in the car. She got in the car and she said to my son, "Don't you ever in your life just sit there and watch a woman put the grocery in." And it's like, we didn't go in the store. And it ain't like you had a bunch of groceries. Like, look at it. And you are He-Man. Like, you miss independent. Like, we done tried to help and get our head bit off for trying to help. So now that we not helping, now we doing the wrong thing. But then when we turn around and help other times, get out of the way. I got it. I'm doing it. What are you doing? I got it. I'm doing it. So which one is it now? So here's the thing. When a situation like that happens, guess I'm just gonna be doing all the groceries, huh? So I could be like, I could take offense to that and be like, "Oh, what are you talking about? Like, if you need help, ask for help. Like, I'm doing something. I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even know what you was doing. Like, I'm in my own world right now. You know, I'm in my head. You know, I got a million bills to pay. You know, I'm taking care of everybody. If you need help, ask for some help." And then if I said that, guess what? She'll be like, fine, it's all right. No, it's fine. It's all right. Just don't worry about it. And so now it's an argument. But when you are emotionally intelligent, when you're emotionally secure, when you're emotionally regulated, when you have accidentally triggered somebody for whatever it is, there's two ways you can handle it. One, if they disrespect you, you can address it cool, calm, and collected. So let's say the tone gets snarky, nasty, condescending, disrespectful. Here go the address. The address is, hey, hold on right quick. Hold on. No, forget it. Don't worry about it. Hey, listen to me. I was not paying attention. I didn't know that you needed my help. So I apologize for that. But do not ever talk to me like that again. Like, that's unacceptable. Don't assume that everybody revolves around you or vice versa. Like, say what you need. If you need something, because you know I will never intentionally ignore you and watching you work or do something that's hard or heavy without lifting a hand. So understand that, because you know me, versus lashing out at me. Now, that is a right there, boom. You checked it. Didn't yell, didn't curse, didn't name call. Because remember now, on the emotionally unintelligent, the emotionally dysregulated, hey, who you snapping at? Who you snapping at? Hey, better watch yourself. What the world wrong with you? Hey, don't come here acting like that. I'm the one bought them groceries. I'll pay the bill. I'm the one bought the groceries. You better be glad you got some hands to carry them in. You need to be carrying them in. I'm the one paid for them. See what I'm saying? So it's always two ways to handle it now. Now on the other side, let's say you know your spouse. You know how they wired. You know they got a little snappy, got a little snarky, but you know they don't mean nothing by it. You ever say, "Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Hey, I'm sorry. I ain't even processed that you was doing it. Hey, stay in here. Let me get the rest of them groceries. Ain't nothing left out there but a bottle of water. Okay, let me get that right there. Let me get it right there. Hey, and wait till I get back. Let me put these groceries up. You don't even know where the groceries go. It don't matter. Let me learn today. Let me put these groceries up. Show me where they go. Just point to them. Let me show me where they go. Hey, girl, I gotta make this up now. And so I done did that a couple of times. And guess what? It works. Like something happening, my wife, she to move something, doing something, and I'm just space cadet, not paying attention. And then I see it and I get her. Oh, hold on, girl. Hey, let me get that girl. Hey, let me get that. And she's like, boy, stop. Don't act like that now. Don't come over here now. But because I over exaggerated and I took off running and made this big deal, and I find something that I could jump over and I do a swim move over something like, oh, hold on, let me get a grocery. Hold on, let me get that. Boy, stop. Child, don't do that. And it make her laugh. Whereas I could have took a different approach and got defensive. When I'm the one sitting there, space cadet, while my wife carrying something, lifting something, moving something, and I'm being a space cadet and not paying attention and being aware and asking her, do you need some help? I could have got defensive and like, oh, it's her fault that I didn't see she was carrying 4 jugs of water in the house. It's her fault. And yeah, it could have been her fault because she could have pulled up and sent a text, hey, can you help me bring the groceries in? And so my wife, she got to that point to where, like, I'm at work, she went and got some grocery or something, but it wasn't much. But she got to the point of like, hey, can you come out and help me with the grocery? Or she'll come in with something in her hands that she can carry, and then she'll say, hey, can you help me with the groceries? And one thing that I noticed too, now this for the moms, my wife will ask me for help before she asks our sons for help. And it's like, I'm already a man. I'm already raised. I'm already trained. I'm already making money. Like, I'm the head of this household. But a mom don't want to have a rift with her sons. Like, she don't want them to stonewall her. She don't want them to give her the silent treatment. So a lot of times moms will avoid asking their boys to do stuff. And that's a mistake, mom. And start working your boy from the age of understanding. As soon as he can walk and he can understand how to pick up that toy and walk it to the toy bin and put it in there, have him do that. Turn on the clean up song, clean up, however it go. You can even dump the toys or the 10 toys and, hey, get it, pick this up. You remember you're supposed to talk like you talking to an adult, not like you goo gaga. Hey, pick this up. Let's walk over here, put it in here. Okay, come back, pick this up, walk over here, put it in here. Soon as he can understand that, teach him that. And from day one, give him chores. The reason why we have a lot of, I was about to say just kind of something I shouldn't say, but so I apologize. But the reason why we have a lot of those type of men is because mom, who raised them, did everything. I never forget when my wife went to open a ketchup packet for my son. He could have been 7, 8 years old, and I said, hold on, and then it was something like she always did it. So he come in like, Dad, can you open this for me? I said, I was like, okay, son, let me show you how to do this. See, you get the ketchup out right here. You put it right here in your tea. And you pull it just like that. And then you squirt it out there. I say, grab that right there and do that right there. See how you do that? Well, my wife would just go over there and open it for him. And I'm like, don't do it for him. Show him how to do it. And that's the thing. So anytime, like, I'll be up in the gym at our house, I'll be up in the gym. My 19-year-old be on his video game. I would text in the family chat, hey, one of y'all boys bring me 2 lemon perfects and a regular water up to the gym. And Tatum to come up there and bring it. Well, most times my oldest will come bring it. And sometimes I text him directly, hey, son, bring me something. Because you got to work them. They got to learn how to take orders. They got to learn how to step in line. They got to learn how to do those things, because we'll get beside ourselves as grown men if we never had to serve, if we never had to take orders, if we never had to have chores, if we never had to do anything, we'd be overly spoiled. And so that right there, that's not what you want. It's not what you want. So Tatum 12, as soon as he hit 13, oh, it's gonna be a lot change. No, he make his own plate. Let him make his own plate, especially when it's pizza and wings. Now I can see if it's old hot pot of soup and you don't want to burn yourself, but pizza and wings, oh, you get on that way. But my wife will make them a plate regardless of what it is, and like, hold on, no, and they ain't paying no bills. So, hey, that's what you got to realize and understand. Just get to that place. Get that in your spirit. And come to that place and know, realize, understand what it's going to take. And once you get there, then, that's what you got to realize. So come with it. Come with it. But hey, there's Tony Gaskins. God bless you. Keep your head up. We got all the important links in the description. So you're going to have also for the aspiring life coaches, make sure you get on over there with where we going at in this world. If you are helping all your friends and family, you doing all of that, you always talking, you always giving advice, make sure you go take the life coach certification. There are a lot of certification courses out there, but you really won't find one from a teacher like myself, meaning a coach that has had massive success as a coach and who has built a large brand and who has coached thousands and thousands of people on 6 different continents from the ages of 16 to 75. So the information that I give you in my certification program is going to be applicable because you see my success. A lot of courses are created by academics, people who are strong in academia, but they have not had real world success as a coach. So to all my aspiring life coaches, get on over there, grab the course. It's discounted right now. It's not in the all access anymore, just because of, just the abuse of it and the complaints of people who, want to pay full price and then see it in the all access, which is $20 a month. Now, if you can't afford life coach certification, make sure you get in the all access membership. And I'm going to give you a secret now. And this is where I wrote this quote and it went viral. You probably haven't seen it. And maybe you've seen somebody else's name on it. But in that quote, it says, you can give a person knowledge, but you can't make them think. Most people don't want the truth because the truth requires change. So what you have to realize is I spent that off of the quote that said you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. That's where that comes from. So you see me having earned millions of dollars, living my purpose, running my business everything that I do, I put it into a course. So this ain't one of them situations where I'm not one of the guys who build a brand off of Chat GPT scripts. Like I see people doing right now. They sitting on the chair, they got the microphone in their face, and they got a teleprompter over that they looking at, and they got the camera showing this side and sometimes straight on, but they got a teleprompter and they reading a Chat GPT script, and they doing like this. People don't understand that weakness isn't associated with kindness. In fact, the strongest people in the world are the kindest people in the world. Sometimes people will take advantage of you, not realizing that they're not taking advantage of you. They're only hurting themselves. Never hold space for someone who wouldn't hold space for you. It's your job to love you before you love anyone else. Not everyone will understand, but the climb is up to you. Now, you see how I just said that off the top of my head? They doing that now as a strategy to build a brand, and they getting millions of followers from it, and then they putting you in a funnel. They putting you in a funnel so that then they could upsell you on all these expensive products, but but all they did was hire a camera person and get a Chat GPT script. Literally the script that is not written by them, because if it was written by them, they would be Maya Angelou. That's what you got to understand. So I'm exposing the game on how y'all get game, because a lot of people ain't built nothing in real life. So when I tell you for $20 a month, you got 80 plus courses in the all access membership on TonyGassacademy.com. And if you go through them courses, I'm teaching you the exact blueprint that helped me earn millions of dollars living my purpose. Not scamming, not lying, not overselling and under delivering. But what you got to do when you get in there, when you get in the all access membership now, it's only $20 a month. If you don't got $20 a month, you really need it, because you need to make you some money. But what you got to do is you got to set a 30-minute time block on your phone every day that you're going to go through the course that you're working on. So whatever course you're working on, you want to set that time block every day, and you want to go through it. 30 minutes, go through it. And keep chipping away till you get through that course. And as you watching them videos, it ain't gonna feel like the videos on here are much more formal in the courses and a little more dry, because it's professional setting. So take your notes and then apply. And if you somebody who done took one of the courses and applied it and publish your book or whatever it is, put that in the comments and share your website or your book or the name of your book or whatever. If you did it through the academy now, I ain't worried about you. If you ain't did it through the academy now, I'm trying to hear that. But hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. Keep going. All the important links in the description. We'll talk soon.